We have now come to the end of the road with the Pioneer Softball Show with head coach Julie Huebner. How you doing this morning, coach?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well. So, last series against LR, just need to sweep them in order to make the tournament. But you split them. Like, you win your last game of the season, which is always good. But first game just doesn't go your way.
It didn't. We had a tough time getting them out in the first few innings. So we scored first, which I thought was nice. But they came back and put up 3 real quick. But when we cut it to 7-5, I thought we had a shot. But like I said, we just continually were not able to get them out when we flipped their order. So challenging, but again, we hit the ball really well that game. So happy to see that.
Definitely. Anna Alley with 3 for 3 with a home run and a double.
Yeah.
And 5 RBIs. She's been showing out coming down to the end of the season.
She really has.
And then so has Brittany Franz. She went 10 for 20 in her last 6 games with 5 RBIs. And I think she's progressed very well going into her sophomore season.
Yeah, and I think if you could kind of look at our whole lineup where we finished with averages and stuff like that, the top kids that were in our lineup consistently day in and day out, everyone got above 300. So I think you started to kind of see them peak towards the end of the season offensively. I just wish we would have had 2 more weeks to kind of keep rolling, because I think the last 3 doubleheader series we've played, we have continually hit the ball really well. So I just a little bummed that it ended the way it did, because I think we're starting to get clicking on all cylinders offensively, but sometimes that's what happens.
Definitely. And then going to the second game, it just seems like everybody hit the ball. It's just everyone got a hit. I think almost everyone had at least 2 hits in the lineup.
Yeah, I believe we finished with 17 hits on the box score. So again, good things happen when you hit the ball, and we did for a full 7 innings. So it was fun to watch.
Definitely. So you end the season 22 wins, 20 losses, 8 wins in the SAC. But the thing is, if you win just 2 extra series in the SAC standings, you're in first with 12 wins.
Well, it's not even 2 series. If you win 2 more games.
Exactly. 2 more wins, you're in the tournament.
And I've said it all year long when we started doing these interviews before our conference schedule started. Our conference 1 through 11 was so strong this year. So where we finished with 8 wins, we were 4 games out of first place. The first place team had 12. So just the parity in the league, it was so even. Not one team finished with a losing record overall. So really challenging conference schedule. Pleased we showed improvement. Obviously, a couple games we would have loved to get back, some of the one-run games that we did lose. And again, 1 or 2 games here or there, we are in the conference tournament.
Definitely. But still a good season overall.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really pleased with some of the growth of the younger players. Happy to see a lot of our seniors have a really complete season. So definitely improvement, definitely growth, and something to build on for the future.
Building on for the future, Pioneer Softball Show with Coach Huebner. When we come back, we're going to look at some individual performances over the season.
Ready, set, go to Johnson City Toyota, where new Tacomas start at $309 a month with 0 down. Drive the all-new RAV4 for $209 a month, or save over $4,000 on Highlander. See more great deals at JohnsonCityToyota.com.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Softball Show with head coach Julie Huebner. So, coach, seniors Emily Hester, Taylor Battle, and Taylor Clemens, they all leave, but they leave remarkable careers in their path.
They do. And like I said, it was really cool to get to see TP pitch that last time against Lenore Ryan, and she had not beaten them in her career. So really good way to go out and just get tough when she had to. It was a tough game. They hit the ball. I think she ended up throwing almost 11 innings that day. So they figured her out towards the end, but like I said, she just made some really good pitches when she had to and got the job done. So really cool to see her go out on top with a huge win against a really good opponent. And again, Taylor Battle and Emily Hester, like I said, had really complete seasons, played really well on the defensive side, and then offensively did a lot of good things in regards to getting on base, but starting to drive in runs and setting a tone, and finished with the top 2 batting averages on our team.
Definitely. And Emily Hester, she ends the year with 16 doubles, which ends second in the conference, and 7 home runs in the season, which is 18th in the conference, 23 career home runs, which leaves her right behind Bree Griffin after her historic season. Just would have been fun to see her kind of reach that peak, but still, she ends her career with first in career putouts for the Pioneers as well. And it's been great just seeing her throughout all 4 years. Just her and Battle and TP, everyone just progressing each year.
Yeah, and again, like I've always said, her defense is the thing that to me, that's what I look at. I'm more of a defensive coach, so her defense has been stellar for 4 years, and we're certainly going to miss her at first base. But big shoes to fill, but I'm anxious to see who steps up to take that on.
Definitely. And I think Taylor Johnson could be the kind of power hitter to depend on next year going into her senior season. She had 13 doubles, which is 8th in the conference this season.
She did, and she struggled early in February just trying to figure out her swing and timing and stuff like that. But towards the latter half of our season, she really started to get confidence at the plate, slowing her swing down, knowing what she was looking to hit, and did a really good job the last 3 weeks of the year to, again, have some extra base hits, key situations, and stuff like that. So, again, she's a good player, and she's going to step up in that role.
Exactly. And her and Anna Alloway, they're just going to be the ones to depend on next year. And I think you're going to also look for Alexis Grant to kind of up her game next year as
Absolutely.
well.
And her and I had a conversation. She's like, I was really pleased with her her defense. She said she felt got really good this year and better than she ever played on the defensive side of the game. And offensively, she was leading our team with on-base percentage majority through the year, and even after being hurt for the last 3 weeks of the season, still scored the most runs on our team. So I think if her average can start to peak a little bit more and get up above the threes, it's going to be a huge contribution and going to, shake the lineup up a lot.
Exactly. And then going for the end of the season, Emma Casey, I think she also turned it up as well.
She did, and the thing with Emma offensively is she's been consistent from freshman year to this year. She hit 314 last year and finished the season with 315. So she's been consistent. We know what we're going to get from her. And again, she came up in some really key situations late to put putting certain games out of reach, King, just getting key hits and driving runs in when needed.
Definitely. And then Brittany Franz also already talked about her. I think she's progressing in the field as well. And I think just seeing her like catching fly balls, calling people off, and just staying under control, especially when under pressure on quick ground balls, it just shows more progression to her game.
Yeah, and she's a little spark plug. She defensively, I think, has the best hands on our team. She fields pretty much everything hit to her. But I started to see her kind of expand her range, trust herself with going on balls back to the outfield. And I think with her as a junior coming, back as a junior, you're going to see a little bit more communication from her and just challenging her to lead a little bit more vocally on the infield.
Oh yeah, and I think one of the best parts about your roster, which you love, is that just the versatility that you can move everyone around just from game to game. Mm-hmm. How you can go Taylor Johnson can go from third to catcher, and then you can move Franz from second to short and switch her in West and just switch the whole outfield in just one game.
Yeah. So again, a lot of depth, and like I said, we do graduate some really key players, but I think we return a large nucleus of talent. And again, they're going to be a year older. So I'm excited for the future. And I think, again, some of the younger kids really had some good seasons and good finishes to build off of moving forward.
Exactly. And so out of, I mean, you have your nucleus coming back, but out of the younger pool, the pinch runners like Brinkley and Jones and Freischmidt, which one of those are you looking for them to step up next year?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah, and I think we talk about those kids, but Brittany Fletcher, Tori West, those kids who have been here and have practiced and practiced and practiced and have gotten a lot of in-practice reps, started to get some playing time towards the end of this season and did some really good things. So the thing I like about those names you mentioned, and again, some of our sophomores, is they're very athletic, a little bit raw, and we need some polishing, but they're competitive, and they made the most of the opportunities in which they got when they got chances later in the season. So we're going to need contributions from everybody returning because, like I said, the lineup's going to look a little bit different, and just try to do some different things with our speed. But the athleticism is what really kind of shines with those younger kids.
Oh, yeah, they're very athletic. Just seeing them run the bases, and just that's why you always have pinch runners in.
Yeah.
And so with the future, you said you have 7 new recruits that currently signed?
Yes, as of now.
And are they among the athletic pool that you like to pick from?
Yeah, I think again, a lot of different stuff, but one of the girls that we're bringing in runs track currently. So just a little bit more speed, can go get it in the outfield. We're going to look at some different things. We've had a lot of slappers in the past. We're bringing in a true left-handed hitter, about a 6-foot pitcher with some different looks than what we return with our staff that we'll bring back. So a lot of just diversity. We have some junior college kids, so some young, some old, different positions, a little bit more depth in the infield. So, like I said, I really am happy with the class, but I think for us moving forward, just look to get more athletic. That way we can switch some people out, different positions.
Definitely lots of competition.
Yes.
And just like Coach Odom says, it's y'all's job to out-recruit us. It's our job to keep the job.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. Thank you for another great season, Coach.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching the Pioneer Softball Show and keeping up with the Pioneer Softball team all season long. For more Pioneer Softball information, go to TusculumPioneers.com. For everyone behind the scenes, Nick Forsberg, Dom Donnelly, Jim Miller, thank you for all of your contributions throughout the season. At the end of the day, roll, Nears, roll.